children, today we will learn economics. I hope you all are good at home. See, let's start standard 9, chapter number 2, people as resources. Now, you can understand by this name, people as resources. What it means? We are knowing we have many natural resources, land, labor, capital, right? That is useful for the infrastructure that you learn in the first chapter. There are 4 factors of production. Which are these? Land, labor, capital and enterprise. In that, especially in enterprise, the people plays an important role. Now, what do you mean by resources? Resources, it means that we all using in our daily life. Here, it said human capital. Here we understood the meaning of capital. There are fixed capital, right? We understand about money and all capital in first chapter. Today we learn about human capital. As you are studying, okay, so what your parents think, you are liability to your parents because they are investing in you. Whatever they are invest, they give you good food, a cloth, they are pay for your education and everything, right? And you can become a future assets. In future, you can be a human capital who can work for the society or for the country. So, maximum time, you know, India is a country of 135 crore people. So many people think this is the big problem, population is big problem for the country. But actually, if we see economically, according to economic, the population is assets to the country, not a liability. For that, we have to make a human capital. So here we understand population as a assets. We have to take it as an asset. We should invest in population, just like we should give them good education, health services, facilities, and afterwards we have a good population. Now, if we compare the human capital with the other capital, just like we are knowing about land, labor, right, and capital or enterprise. If human is not there, who can utilize the land? Directly the product can't grow in the land. So, humans are there who are using the other resources, or by utilizing other resources, they are making usable for us. Just like we are getting raw iron or raw copper, raw gold, from them we are making the fine gold ornaments, right? Or fine grills, door, windows. That who can make? Only a people can do this. Other things are not possible. So that's why this in 4 factor of production or in other resources comparison with them, human capital is very much important, because without human, these factors of production is not usable. Any resources you can take, with the use of human capital, it will be not usable, because humans are there who are using other resources and make it utilized for us, and we can consume that other resources also. Next is, here in your chapter, there are two stories are given. There are 2 examples. One is the boy Sakal, another is boy Vishal. Now, what they want to say, in a Sakal life, the father is working in the farm. You have seen many examples. Mother is doing domestic chore in the house. The boy Sakal is helping her mother. With that, he is going to the school, right, study hard, and afterwards he invent one software. By using this, he can get a good job in one company, he get the promotion, and now his parents' life is very happy with the help of his boy. Before they were from the poor family, now they are a good family. Next, the story of Vilas. In that, the father have a physical health problem. Mother is selling fish in the market. Now Vilas don't have any option to go for study because parents' condition is so bad. So they are not able to invest in Vilas' study. So Vilas is engaged with his mother activity, and he is also selling the fish in the market and earn very large amount. So because of this, the Vilas' life become pathetic, and he is not able to help his mother. And afterwards, he also have some physical problem because of not getting nutritious food or not healthy products. So here two example is given. First is Sakal, next is Vilas. So by this example we can understand, if you have education, if you have a good knowledge, you can help to your parents, society as well as to the country. But if you don't have education, if you're not invested in education, you will not helpful to your parents as well as to the country. So human capital is very much important for any nations. Next, so now how we know that how the people are working? If we see in India, maximum every people is not working. 30 to 40% women are there who are doing only domestic works, and that work is not calculated as economic activity. Why? Because there is a difference in economic activity and non-economic activity. We learned before, but I will clarify just now. Economic activity, it means that is done for, or by doing this activity we can earn something, we can get some reward, we can get some money. What is non-economic activity? That is done for only social welfare or mental or physical satisfaction. Just example, if I am teaching you in the school, so I can pay for it, so I can get the salary, so it's become economic activity. But same as if I teach my own child, then there is no income for me, so it's become a non-economic activity. Same as if a person is giving lectures in any universities, so he will be paid for that. But if a saint or a sadhu preaching to the society, they will not get any income. So that is non-economic activity. As you can take the example of doctors. When doctor cured the patient in the hospital, we can get the income. But if caught his own wife or own parents, at the time we will not get any income. So that's why it's called non-economic activity. So maximum population of India is engaged with the non-economic activity, which is not calculated in the economy. So we have to think about it. So by this point we are about to learn human capital. We have to maintain the human capital by giving them education and good health services. Next, if we see population, we have to treat as assets, not as a liability, right? Next is, if we compare the human resources or people as resources with the other resources, human is very much important, because without human, by using human brain, we can make other resources usable. And we have two stories, story of Sakal and Vilas. You can find in your nearby areas many examples where educated family is there, they have the happy and prosperous life. If the person is not educated, they have to live in poverty or below poverty line. So education is very much important in everyone's lives. By this example they want to teach us. If we see, so this Sakal life, now Sakal will give a good education to their children, right? And that virtuous circle will continue. Their children will give better education to them. But what about Vilas? The parents were poor. Vilas also doing the same activity. So her children will be, his children will be the same condition. So this vicious circle will be also continue. So that's why the education is most important part of human capital formation. We will know in the next video about human capital formation. Afterwards we learn about two things. One is economic activity and non-economic activity. Economic activities that is done for money or for the reward. We are getting something by doing this activity. And non-economic activity, it is only for physical and mental satisfaction. I hope you understand all these points. If you have any queries, you can ask me. Thank you.